I'm glad to know that the pensioners have many representatives on this platform.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you very much, Mr. Okunade. We have actually introduced you prior to joining us, and we had wanted to begin with you, just in keeping with the popular maxim that we said, "Who feels it knows it." Be that as it may, we are glad to have you with us now. And what we wanted to hear your opinion on is that the outbreak of the coronavirus pandemic definitely caused some strain on the welfare of the Nigerian pensioners. We wanted to hear from you your views on the various challenges that our pensioners encountered or are encountering as a result of this coronavirus pandemic, or the economic challenges occasioned by it. You will also inform the forum of the actions that NUP may have taken in order to support their members, particularly the vulnerable ones. And we also know that you've been very busy recently engaging states, that have some pension crisis or pension issues. We'll also want to hear from you what has been the outcome of such advocacy efforts. So these are some of the issues that we wanted to listen to you on. So kindly go ahead.
Thank you.
Hold on, sir.
Yes.
Thank you. Concerning what our pensioners have, what challenges are facing them during the coronavirus.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hello? No, hello, I'm still on. Hello?
Yes, you're very on. We can hear you loud and clear.
Yes. There is a kind of a disconnectivity between the national headquarters of our union and the pensioners all over the country, all on the 36 states of the country. That is one challenge as a result of the lockdown.
Okay.
We need the regular contact.
Oh, okay, disconnect.
Okay. The lockdown has putting us apart, and therefore we cannot get across, except sometimes on telephone.
Okay.
But we try to use telephone to make contacts, and they tell us their problems, but the problem is that we cannot reach them. But we do the utmost, our best, to make sure that what the challenges, let me tell you further about the challenges. Some of these old men need to go to the hospital to fulfill the doctor's appointment. But due to the lockdown, they could not go. And many of them face serious health challenges. Many of them even have died. Once you cannot see the doctor cannot examine you and give you further medication. Some of our men are falling and they have died, unfortunately. So, and we are making sure that this problem is removed. But now that the lockdown is no longer on, we are trying to make sure that their difficulties and their problems are solved. So, and during the lockdown, we provide some palliatives for those who we can reach. So those personnel we can reach. We get rice, we get all kinds of foodstuffs to get to them so that they can survive. Are you listening? Am I on?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are very much on.
Okay.
It's a little unstable, but we can still hear you.
You can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
So we try to do our best to get across to those who can get across, to give them some palliatives, as I said. And
Okay.
Hello?
Yes.
Are you? And we try to make lives easier for them. We try to keep them alive. And we have even tried to open a kind of we call those of among us who have medical knowledge, who buy some medical equipment to put in our national headquarters here at Abuja, and then in the state headquarters, so that they can go there and take their medication and take their tests, so that they can keep alive. You can keep them alive. And concerning the states, because I see there are 3 questions. We have the greatest problems in the states. We have the federal government is much better than the state. But in the state, we have some of these state governments who are not ready to help the pensioners there. They don't care what happens to their pensioners. They owe pensioners arrears of pension. Arrears of pension for 50 months, 30 months, 20 months, in some cases 12 months. They don't bother to pay them. And we have made effort to go to them when the lockdown, before the lockdown and after the lockdown, to confront the state government and tell them that what they are doing is not in the best interest of our members. Only a few states listened to us, and they did something. I want to even say that we reached the Nigeria Labour Congress. They collaborated with us to go to follow us to some states, and we have done some sit-down protests. We have locked down some states so that they can do something for our pensioners. But yet, only a few states are done something. So this is an opportunity for us to call on this insensitive government to do something to ease the offense of our members all over Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Adeni. The struggle is still on. We are still struggling to make life better for the pensioners, especially when this lockdown. And talking, one of the problems faced by the pensioners is the non-implementation of this 173 constitutional provision of 173 subsection 3 and 2/10 of subsection 3, where it is stated that pensioners should be reviewed every 5 years, or any time workers' wages are reviewed. It's only federal government that try to do something about that. State government don't do anything about that. So, and we are doing our utmost, we are doing our best to reach out to the state government to make sure that this constitutional provision is done so that they can have improved income as far as their monthly pensions are concerned. And there are many, as I said, there are many mountains of arrears in terms of gratuities, in terms of monthly pensions with many states. Only a few states have cleared these arrears. So we are appealing to all these states to make sure that they clear the pensions and the gratuities arrears, so that our members can have better life and be out of danger. Because gradually Nigerian pensioners have been reduced to endangered species, because we have been treated as beggars. We have been treated as, we are not begging for this, but it is our right under the law. But yet, these state governments are doing nothing about it. This federal government is trying to do a little better. For now, the workers got their increase in wages several months ago. We are still struggling to have consequential increases on our pension, which we have been struggling. During the 2010 salary increase, it took about 3-4 years before they can effect meager increases in pensions. This time around, we have put our proposal before Salaries and Wages Commission to put before the president. And we are waiting to see what they will do about it. All we want to request is that they should do this thing at the same time, simultaneously. Once immediately you increase workers' pension, workers' wages, you should increase pensioners' income as well. But they don't do it. And pensioners are dying in large numbers every day for lack of money to take medication, for lack of money to take good food, and so on and so forth. So the Nigerian Union of Pensioners we continue to make efforts to see that necessary things are done to make life better for our members. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Adeni. I think you have actually, addressed all the, all the issues, the challenges that are facing, the pensioners. You have elucidated on that very well. The steps that you have taken at NUP, to ameliorate the situation for some of the vulnerable, pensioners, in order to, minimize their plight. And the challenges you also have, at the state levels, and some of the efforts that you have made, been also supported by the NLC. These are very laudable efforts, and we believe that, such efforts definitely will, will yield dividends, towards the well-being of retirees or pensioners in Nigeria. But I think in the long run, people like Iwatako will advise that what is most needed is, a kind of long-term, arrangement, that's, will address these issues, at the state level. I think those are some of the situations that the federal government faced, sometime, about a decade and a half ago, that led to the reform, which although not, we're not yet where we desire to be, but I think there's a significant improvement from what it used to be. So these are very, very valuable inputs, which will take it further beyond this, at the end, after the program. So once again, thank you very much, Mr. Adeni. There might be questions and comments from, our participants that will be directed probably at you and some of the other speakers.